dead stock product that usually goes to waste. And then you had created a marketplace where brands could go on there and then buy, save, trade, sell their dead stock. From there, you have now moved on to incorporating the marketplace, expanding on it, but also having an enterprise solution software, which not only allows now larger companies to participate in a meaningful way, but also then track on chain how they're doing and what they're doing. Did I hit it?
You hit the nail on the head. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, when we first met and when we started, we knew that there was a massive waste problem in the world. Not everybody knew about it quite yet, but obviously through the pandemic, right, we've seen this crisis of supply, more unused inventory than ever before. So the obvious place to start to solve that problem for us was create a marketplace, right? A platform for businesses to sell it, make some money. And that's great. It started growing globally, and obviously through the pandemic, it's become even more important with everyone having supply chain disruption. But in order for large enterprise companies to be able to participate, automated, at scale, with reuse, resale, recycle, donation, all these good activities, they need more than just a marketplace. And so what we learned through the pandemic and what we have opened up to Fortune 500 companies is this no-code software in the cloud where they can do just that. Participate in the circular economy with a click and actually take action and do it at scale. I think a lot of times when we think about sustainability and circular economy, we think it's good for pilot projects or little eco-conscious collections. And don't get me wrong, that's incredibly valuable and important, but this can also be done automated at scale and drive real environmental and economic impact.
Look, this is everyone's trying because we have to try, right? I think, when you talk about the larger brands, the conversation of fast fashion comes in, it's counterintuitive for them to be sustainable, but, as you know, I interview a ton of people, and, one of the conversations that I had on record with Nina Shariati of H&M, so she was formerly the head of sustainability for H&M, and, she was just talking about, how complex it is because she's coming from it with an angle of, we need to make better, we need to do better as a business, and if we can improve our efficiencies and our footprint or our impact by 20-30%, then that's my job. And she gets a lot of shit for her position, and I sympathize with her because it's so difficult for companies that their business model is to sell an item every day to you, right? A different item or a different style. There's no seasons. It's 17 seasons, and styles come out the trend. So how, we talked about just identifying the chain was so difficult.
Yeah, no, it's really important. As much as fast fashion is a part of the problem, we're all part of the problem and we're all part of the solution. And so we are very proud to partner and work with fast fashion companies to help them take action and solve that problem. We did partner with H&M and the New York Circular City Initiative, and we wrote a paper that showed by adopting these circular practices of reuse, resale, recycling, how many good jobs could be created and how much money could be saved and made by big companies and by cities like New York. And I think that's just important that we frame our head in the conversation that way, because let's be real, consumer demand drives a lot of things, and consumers are consuming fashion in some ways now more than ever before. But if we can offer them a product that is sustainably made, but do it at a discount, actually less than what they're currently paying for it, by leveraging things like efficiencies and discounted dead stock textiles, then how do you say no to that? It's a win-win-win for everyone.
But this is where the difficulty lies in, it's easy to think about this when you're a smaller brand, especially a brand that's starting and they say, okay, I want to exist for all the right reasons, and they go onto the marketplace and they purchase things and they can do that. And as we're talking about it, you were mentioning that this is for this is multinational large companies. What I found really interesting is the report card. A lot of folks will say, hey, we are a sustainable brand, but who's really auditing that in a way that's meaningful, and how do you really stand by your numbers? Can you talk a little bit about the on-chain and the reporting that is available and the details that, or the insights that you're able to uncover through your software?
Yeah, to me, the most important thing is that these companies take action. And when you do something good, reuse, resell, recycle, donate your stuff, you should have a record and a proof of the good work you did. And so we use blockchain technology to provide integrity and authenticity to the data. So when these companies do good things, they get those financial and legal reports, which are more important now than ever before with everything going on with the EU Green Deal and the SEC, Scope 1, 2, and 3 required disclosure. You're now mandated by law to do this. Plus, it's a great story to tell your customers. And so we spent the past year and a half with MIT and built an algorithm to measure water, chemicals, carbon emissions, waste, and dollars saved by all the good work you do. And so you have that scorecard that proves what you did, and you can stand behind those actions, because companies are doing great work, but they're not all talking about it because they don't have the record and the proof and the language to do that. And now, thanks to on-chain work, we can actually give them that, and they can have confidence speaking about it. And I'll tell you one quick fact, just by talking about the good work they were doing with waste, one of our enterprise customers saved 15% of their bottom line in 1 year. And not only that, they saw 3 times the conversion rate in their online direct-to-consumer business just by talking about it. And they were able to do it confidently because they have a record and proof.
There are always different numbers when we used to talk about this, and we've been talking about it for years, but like a white t-shirt, right? This was the biggest aha moment like 10 years ago when I started podcasting and I started covering sustainability. A white t-shirt, basically uses what, 300 gallons or 600 gallons of water?
700, but it was gallons.
That's what I'm saying, it's a different answer, but so 700 gallons of water for a white t-shirt. So, the impact is important and it's serious when it comes to, I guess, just trying to do good. Now, I know you are not, you don't connect to the NFT side of things. It's not your route, but when we talk about rewards-based and on-chain technology with reporting, do you see an opportunity where brands can be rewarded for the work that they're doing, whether it's some of the different government agencies that you're talking to? Without
question, all stakeholders should be incentivized for taking good action and participating. So now that we're tracking from a brand to a buyer, a recycler, a donation partner who receives it, and ultimately an end consumer who does something with it, based on that good work, we can actually reward and incentivize everyone. The brand can get credit for what they're doing, and they can actually connect that credit to whoever that partner is, the buyer or the recycler or the factory who does something good, sending it somewhere, so that everyone gets a wallet with credits, and it's not like a coin per se, it's a raw coin where you can actually turn it in and be incentivized by the company for all the good work. So everyone needs to be able to participate quickly and easily, and also get rewarded for doing good work, environmentally and economically.
What's the bottleneck that you're going to face in the next, anticipate the next 3 years or so? What are the friction points that you're looking to solve?
Yeah, well, as we grow globally, as we look at what's going on in the world, I think it's inevitable that the future supply chain is going to have elements of things that are more on demand, more local, more digital, more sustainable. And the more we can empower from the top down and the bottom up, it is where we got to do. You said that, fashion, textiles, by some accounts, is the #2 polluter in the world of clean water globally. Flip it on its head with the work that we're all doing. It also has the power to solve the world's water crisis if we rethink how we do things and reward everyone who deserves it. So let's go change the world.
With 9 seconds left, that is a mic drop. Thank you so much, Stephanie Benedetto.
Thank you all.